How do you like the conference so far? What are your impressions?
Well, so far it's been, of course, really nice to be here in Bangkok. This is one of many events, and so it's beginning to look a lot like Singapore, which means that I think Bangkok is really turning into a crypto hub. And so for the WOW Summit to be here is a wise choice.
Oh yes. You had a speech just like a few minutes ago, I think.
Yeah.
So what was the topic, and yeah, can you share more?
Yeah, so on the one hand we're a bit restricted in Thailand, and that also is an opportunity to talk about some more meaningful things. And what I mentioned is that Thailand, of course, has a great tradition. There's great cuisine, there's great music, great language, but also there's a great spiritual tradition in Thailand. And so I thought it would be nice to talk about something more meaningful. And really, instead of zooming out, rather I wanted to zoom in and look at the technology and look at innovation and most importantly look at purpose and to see what are we really working towards. And what I've established in this talk is that the biggest purpose that we should all be working towards is world peace. And that might sound very far-fetched, but if you really think about it, there is nothing greater in the world than a situation where there is justice and the operation of love and peace. And so all of our projects need to contribute to this. And I think what I mentioned as well is come bull market, there's going to be a lot of scams and a lot of pyramid schemes and a lot of fishy stuff. And I think it's always good before the cycle really kicks off is to mention that this is of no service to humanity and nobody benefits from it. Not even the person who is able to gather all the money. Nobody benefits. And so what I really hope is that people can reflect on what we're doing in the space to make sure that we connect it to the higher purpose. And if that's what you're doing, or if your project is doing that, then we really invite you to work with us because that's what we're all about.
Yeah, that's a great purpose, and I'm from Ukraine. The word peace is
world peace is very important wherever you're from.
So yeah, and what about your company? Can you please tell us a bit more about it?
So VALR is 6.5 years old. It was founded in South Africa in 2018.
Okay.
It is the largest trading platform in Africa by trade volume.
Okay.
It's backed by Pantera Capital, by Coinbase Ventures, GSR, F Prime. So it's well capitalized. It has over 1 million users and over 1,100 corporate customers. And we're growing. We're growing in Asia. We're growing globally. And I believe it is not just because we offer good technology, but because we're a values-driven exchange. And so, my message might be a unique message in the space, but I think it's a pretty universal aspiration.
Yeah, I agree. And you mentioned a lot of regions in the world that you are targeting, but can you tell me about some targets?
Of course, yeah. So, at the moment, around 75% of our user base is in Africa.
Okay.
And then the other 25% is from around the world. Some of our biggest customers are actually in Asia. And then we actually have approval to offer our services in Europe.
Okay.
So we do also grow in Europe, but that's more of a gradual growth because again, we're restricted in how we can market our product.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting. How do you envision crypto industry in the next year?
So the way that I look at these types of developments in general is really beyond just 1 year. I think that we are currently, in a very special time, and it's been special for around 100 years.
Okay.
Right. So for thousands of years, humanity has, used horses and camels and donkeys to get around. It's really just since 100 years ago that we have cars and we can drive around. And if we describe this world to the people of my grandmother's generation, this would have been an impossible world. It's magic where we live in.
Yes.
But as with all technologies, you can use it for good and for bad. So I think crypto is still searching for its purpose. But I think as the world worsens, which it will, it becomes more and more important and more urgent to focus on our purpose.
Yeah.
So what I hope, I cannot predict the future, but what I hope is that the crypto space aligns itself better with purpose. And so while I enjoy the rise and fall of the meme coins, and while I enjoy the spinning up of new protocols almost on a daily basis, I think in the next year and in the years after, the space is going to get more and more serious. And as it gets more and more serious, it's time to get our act together. I really think so, and there's nothing to it. So it's going to take one more cycle, 2 more cycles, 3 more cycles, but I think the point has come.
Yeah, I love your approach. It's something like special and new for me.
That's nice. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you as well. Yes.
Thanks.